Breathe, breathe.
I'm a failure.
What?
I am stupid.
Oh, stop.
I'm uninformed and ignorant, and I can't even think of a second synonym for uninformed. I suck.
Honey.
13 million volumes? I've read 300 books in my entire life, and I'm already 16? Do you know how long it would take me to read 13 million books?
But honey, you don't have to read every one of them. Tuesdays with Maury, skip.
Rory Gilmore from Gilmore Girls is often portrayed as an exceptionally well-read character, especially given her academic background and her love for literature. Throughout the show, we see her devour books and excel in her studies, particularly in English literature. However, whether or not she is genuinely well-read can be examined from different angles. Her range of reading, her motivations, and how her reading impacts her life and character development. For the last few years, I've been following the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge, and while it's fun to revisit the TV show through this lens, I'm curious if Rory was actually as well-read as I remember her being. At face value, Rory does seem to have an impressive knowledge of literary classics, particularly in the canon of Western literature. However, it's worth noting that her reading list is often focused on a specific literary tradition that is full of white and highbrow authors, and Rory's engagement with books outside of the Western traditional canon is limited of many authors of color or international literature, causing them to be less emphasized on her reading list. As a matter of fact, Rory only reads or mentions about 14 authors of color. These diverse book choices are also interesting as reading choices because they often don't get seen on the show, like the more popular white authors of the time do. Instead, the showrunners work mentioning these books into the dialogue of Gilmore Girls. This feeds into the theory that Rory's readings are often in line with what would be expected of someone with a classical academic background, especially someone pursuing a career in journalism or English literature. Throughout the Gilmore Girls series, Rory has moments where she reads out of an obligation to be the smart kids her grandparents and Lorelai expect her to be, rather than a genuine passion for books or a desire to give in to her intellectual curiosity. Because of this performance nature to her reading, I've come to realize that Rory isn't actually well-read, like Jess, who actually was curious about what he read and the world he lived in. Unlike Jess, Rory never seems to think critically about what she reads.